Cayman Islands Conference Mid-Year Report. The year 2015 began with our annual camp meeting at the Lions Center. Thousands cramped the auditorium to share in thanksgiving for God's goodness through 2014 and to recommit themselves to the Lord in the new year. Pastor Keith Morris from the Northeastern Conference in New York brought the word to life, much to the delight of the worshipers. During the period of February 10 through to 15, we welcomed the arrival of Dr. Mark Finley, Vice President of the General Conference. During his visit, he conducted a seminar on creation health. This seminar was organized by the Solid Rock Ministries, a Seventh-day Adventist group organized to reach the rich, worldly, and the influential. The seminar was held at the Westin Castorina Hotel Ballroom and drew a large crowd of affluent and influential people from Grand Cayman, including government legislators. Pastor Finley also conducted a workshop with the pastors and spoke at a joint worship service on Friday evening. Pastor Finley's visit was followed by Pastor Samuel Telemack, Associate Personal Ministries Director for the Inter-American Division during February 19 through to 22. During this time, he conducted seminars and workshops to equip the various branches of lay workers. He also met with the Filipino members and boosted a new ministry in the Cayman Islands intended to reach the Filipinos for Christ. The month of February also saw the visit of our Union President and Ministerial Director, Dr. Leonard Johnson. During his visit, Dr. Johnson conducted a two-day seminar for the pastors and elders of the Cayman Islands Conference on ministerial functioning and the use of the Logos Bible software as a useful technological tool to improve study and the preaching of the Word. Health Ministry. March 9 through to 15, the Health Ministry Department welcomed Dr. Neil Nedley, international speaker and well-renowned author of the book Proof Positive. Dr. Nedley and a team of health professionals conducted a week seminar on treating depression. This workshop attracted a number of healthcare workers, including doctors and nurses from the government hospital. Health Ministries Director, Pastor Caple Thompson, organized the event. Evangelism. In the era of evangelism, we welcomed the arrival of Pastor Glenn O. Samuels as we launched our major evangelistic offensive for the year. Under the theme, Footprints of Hope, members and their visitors journeyed to the Lions Center to rescue 156 souls for the Lord. The Cayman Islands Conference gives thanks to evangelist Pastor Glenn O. Samuels for allowing the Lord to bless the growth of our conference with his ministry. To date, 189 souls have been garnered in to the honor and glory of our God. Tithe and offering. This quarter, we have seen an expected decline in our tithe and offering as a result of the 5 Sabbaths out of our churches due to the Footprints of Hope campaign. As such, we report a 5.93% decrease year-to-date in tithe and free will offering. We wish to thank our God for His blessings and our members for their faithfulness. Church building. This quarter, the conference provided the Creek Church in Cayman Brac with much needed help to secure a complete suite. New pews, complete with pulpit and communion tables, were installed in the church. The West Bay Church moved even further to completion by putting on their roof and ceiling bed, electrical wiring, and painting of the walls. In the same breath, land is being sought for the building of the new Berea Church, also in West Bay. Youth Ministry. The Youth Department began this year with a consecration of all youth leaders, followed by a series of training for new officers. The highlights of the quarter was the Global Youth Day activities, which saw over 800 youths and the young at heart invade the communities of Georgetown with several activities demonstrating care and compassion. Another major activity was the ATCU inaugural Pathfinder Camporee in Nassau, Bahamas. Our Pathfinders placed second in the challenge competitions, but first placed in spirit and charm. Education. This quarter saw the interim visit of the accrediting team to the high school division of Cayman Academy and the full accreditation visit to the elementary division. Both schools were recommended for accreditation by the team. Cayman Academy also had a spirit-filled spring week of prayer with Pastor Winston Taylor from the United States of America, in which 6 students surrendered to the Lord. In January, a new financial controller was added to the management team in the person of Mrs. Cherie Riley. Since then, Cayman Academy has reported a surplus in revenues for the first time in recent history. Sabbath School. Under the direction of Pastor Jeff Jefferson, the Sabbath School Department continued its training in the Non-Formal Education Initiative. In January of this year, 17 persons from Grand Cayman and 11 from Cayman Brac, including 2 pastors, were among those who successfully completed the training program and graduated. The Sabbath School Department also held a conference-wide consultation meeting where Sabbath School superintendents and secretaries shared best practices across the field and set targets for each Sabbath school. Ministerial. The ministerial family in the Cayman Islands Conference was boosted with the arrival of 2 new pastors. Pastor Sethers Dixon joined in December from Canada and took up ministry with Solid Rock Group, and Moses Espinosa from the Caribbean Union joined us in April. Pastor Espinosa took up ministry in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Gratitude. Our hearts continue to express unending praise to the steady hand of a reliable God who never fails to lead us from strength to strength. As we review what He has done, we cannot but feel unworthy, yet humbled to be co-laborers with Him.